Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. The fan's loud. Friday. Should I sing that song? It's Friday. No, man, I was tired yesterday. Very, very tired. And but powerful. That's so a very powerful thing is the smile. Is smiling. I've always thought that it's disarming, it's encouraging, it's welcoming. It is a powerful tool for interpersonal communication between two people, between many people, between people. And I like to think that I use it more and more. Before I get going too far today, man, how are we already at 2 minutes? Does it take 2 minutes to get down this road? That's wild. Oh, a rabbit here by the house. I believe it survived. I slowed down. But I have to make a correction on yesterday, the greatest NBA team of all time. That, for those of you that have not watched that video, I ended up picking LeBron as the greatest basketball player of all time. Second onto my squad was Shaquille O'Neal. And, you know, I did some Googling and kind of thought through, you know, and said, what do other people think about the greatest of all time, and the greatest basketball, the greatest starting five of all time. And obviously they didn't all agree with me, but I wasn't that far off. I had top teners. So number one for me was LeBron James. Number two onto my perfect squad, them playing at their greatest, was Shaquille O'Neal. The dude just physically dominated the court. I want him on my team. Number three was Michael Jordan. Many people consider him the greatest of all times, still do. And great defender. He gives my team some flexibility because I really don't have a pure point guard on it. And then I added Kevin Durant. And I said Kevin Durant, the modern NBA player, is superior to the 80s and 90s NBA player. He's better than Magic Johnson. I don't know about that. That's debatable, right? And then my fifth player that I am using LeBron as a point forward, basically playing my point guard, and Michael and LeBron guarding the guards. And I don't know. That could come back to haunt me. Maybe it's not the best. Do I need a John Stockton? More importantly, do I need a Magic Johnson on there to actually run the point and be my point guard? Very, very good points. And then for my fifth player, I was essentially putting into a power forward spot because I'm running LeBron as the small forward, point guard, and Michael as well, in a sense, as the shooting guard. I added Larry Bird, 6'9", I think that's how tall he was. He was tall, 6'7", 6'8". Great shooter. I needed shooting on my team and clutch competitor. So that's my dream team. However, I made a mistake. I left someone off that I think deserved to be on it. I'm going to have to shift around the positions, and that is Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is he played with the Admiral, so I know he can play with a five like Shaquille. He brings scoring, he brings defense, rebounding, team player, winner. I want him on my squad. I want him on my starting 5. Tim Duncan replaces, he does not replace Larry Bird. He replaces Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was essentially playing my number 3, my small forward. I, sort of have 2 scorers on the wings with Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant. I'm shifting Larry to the 3 spot, keeping LeBron at the point forward, and letting Michael and Larry play the wings, and Shaquille and why am I losing his name? Because I just added him to the team. The San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan at the 4-5. I think that's the most dominant team of all time. I don't think there's a team of another 5 individuals as individual players and as a team that could beat them. Could a team that played 150 games together, like the Chicago Bulls at their prime, or even the Golden State Warriors at their prime over the last few years, or Miami when they were at their best, or Kareem and Magic with their team, with some great role players, Kurt Rambis, the goggles. Could some of those teams beat my dream team? If they played 150 games together and really gelled, I've got to admit that there could be some difficulty there. Having 5 superstars may not be the best team. That's why I considered putting man, my brain, it's Friday. That's why I considered putting Robert Parrish on my dream team, because you need role players. That's why I considered Dennis Rodman as the 4 instead of Tim Duncan or Larry Bird or Kevin Durant, because you need role players. And the other question that I think is fair to ask of my super team is, what about the point? I mean, Magic Johnson brings size, vision, passing, competitiveness, and winning to the squad, and he's a point guard. John Stockton may be the prototypical point guard of all time. And maybe putting one of those 2 guys on, maybe I kick off Larry, or I replace Michael Jordan and say, you know what, I want LeBron, I think, is better, and Larry's a better shooter. I don't know. I don't know the stats on Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan when it comes to shooting, but and Stockton's a better shooter than Magic. So, does my team shift a little bit? Does it go to like a Shaquille, a Dennis Rodman, a John Stockton, a LeBron, and maybe a Tim Duncan? Well, I'm kind of putting Rodman in there for Duncan, so maybe LeBron, Jordan, Stockton, Dennis Rodman, and Shaquille O'Neal. Now I've got 2 scorers in LeBron and Michael Jordan, who can create their shot, can play defense, they have size, they have athleticism. John Stockton, who can shoot, and Michael and LeBron, who definitely are good shooters too. Shaquille, terrible shooter, but I've got him in there to intimidate and to clog up the middle and to use his athleticism the way he uses it best, and that is just destroying, physically overpowering the opponent. And then a Dennis Rodman to play defense, to be an enforcer, to get rebounds, to play his role, to go diving after the ball, to distract with his tattoos and his earrings and his green hair. Is that the greatest team of all time? Basically, I just recreated the Bulls, but instead of Steve Kerr, I've got John Stockton. Instead of Pippen, I have LeBron James. And instead of Luke Longley, I have Shaquille O'Neal. That's a pretty amazing squad. I think the Bulls of the 90s would make those upgrades if they could. And is that a better squad than the dream team of the superstars? Does by adding a Stockton and a Rodman make my team better by getting my great players more touches? I think maybe so. But I did leave off Tim Duncan. I didn't even talk about him. You got to talk about the Admiral. You've got to talk about Hakeem Olajuwon. I've completely left off the Wilt Chamberlains and the Bill Russells and the whoever the guy is on the NBA logo. Forget his name. He like owns the Lakers now or whatever his name is. You know, and Pistol Pete and a lot of those players that are amazing, but they just could not compete at the same level as they could compete today. Don't get me wrong. But there are equivalents to them. But they were outliers during their day. And so there you got my best team, but then my superstars is it John Stockton or is it no, so my superstar team at point forward, LeBron. We've got Larry Bird and Michael Jordan at the wings. And I realize that's putting Larry a little bit out of position, but I think he can defend whoever the weakest player is on the other five, and he can defend big if he needs to. Then I've got Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal down low. That's the superstar team. So that was a correction on yesterday. I had to correct that. Back to smiling. I think smiling is it's universal. It's hopeful. It's good. It's just it's powerful. It's a powerful communication of goodness. And so the challenge for today is smile more, force a smile, do a fake laugh today, and make yourself smile, right? Make yourself smile. You can hear it in your voice. You can hear a smile over the phone. You can sense a giggle. You can feel a smirk through sound waves, through electrified sound waves through the phone. You can sense it. And the reason is because it's a powerful indication that you're with someone who's safe, someone who's good. So that's that. It's Friday. I am not planning on doing a weekend show right now. It's kind of settling into a morning drive daily show. I'm gonna work on some format, and by that I mean Wednesdays maybe we talk about God, Thursdays we talk about sports, Friday free for all. You know, start to put some format to the show and get a better name, and potentially with putting in that additional work, maybe putting together some talking list so that I'm not just rambling. So but 5 shows in the can. That's 5 more shows than I had at the beginning of the week. So take that, procrastination. Take that, sit on my hands. Take that, fear of the unknown. Take that, fear of failure. Take that, fear of success. Take that and shove it where the sun don't shine. You know, since this is live, it's a little raw sometimes. It's a little raw. But I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Friday. Finish strong. Finish strong. How many? I mean, there's that. There's a subreddit on the internet that it's like it's called Premature Celebration. It's where the guy running, he kind of starts jogging before the end, or slows down his pedal on his bike before the end of the race, or kind of starts giving high fives, and somebody else passes him. So finish this week strong. Once again, I'm talking to myself. Finish strong, Austin. Eat the frog. Make the emails. Follow up where you need to. Have the hard conversations, even where you're not hitting home runs, and make it happen today. So finish strong. My dad's a coach. He always that's one of the things, of course, coaches tell us, right? Finish strong. Run through the line. I mean, in those sprints, running through the line meant the difference between second and seventh. I mean, in those short sprints, it can mean that. So, yeah, that's it. I'm on the home stretch to the office. Don't have a whole lot more to add. That's why some talking points, some ideas, some formatting, some structure to the show would make it a lot better. Maybe Monday or Tuesdays can be entrepreneurial ideas. I've got this idea for ESPN that I want to share with them. It has nothing to do with the greatest NBA team of all time, because I don't think I'm qualified to do that. But I do like my teams. I feel like they're well reasoned. I have to admit. Let me know how the audio is. If you've listened this long, you are a fan. You are someone who, is on it. I think 20 minutes may be too long. I might have to start making it 5 minutes, a little punchier, simply because, do I have enough content? And who really wants to watch me drive for 18 minutes and 34 seconds? I don't know. Hey, the internet has all sorts, right? Maybe there is someone who just loves watching people drive and talk. I hope to find all those viewers, and hopefully they'll love my show. No, but the show's got to be good, right? This week, admittedly, was mediocre content every day. I think the sports day yesterday was the best, the most interesting. But it was content, and it was created, and it's out there. And who knows, maybe it will prevent me from getting elected to some office someday, if I were to be stupid enough to be involved in politics. Or it could make me lose a job, or who knows, right? There is a risk with making content. And hey, fear of the unknown. It's all right. Just got to deal with it. So I'm here at the office. I hope you have a great day. Finish strong. Challenge for today: smile. Smile on the phone. Smile on your show. Smile on your coworkers. Smile on your kids. Smile on your wife or your husband. Love well. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.